by Grant Neal. Once again, we'll begin with a few questions from within the room. Go ahead, Nolan.
Grant, congrats on the win, man. Talk to me about your performance tonight. How excited were you, how happy were you with the performance that you just put on?
I was very happy with the performance. I mean, I had a lot of opponent changes, really short notice. So just staying in my game, it's a big deal. It's big time. And I'm very confident of how I performed and really implemented my game plan really well.
And I know you said you had 4 opponent changes. I think we knew about 2 different ones. Tyree Fortune, kind of a different body type than Maurice that you just fought. So how difficult of an adjustment was that?
I mean, my game really doesn't change much with the opponent. So it was more of a mental adjustment, just staying in my game and not allowing the outside circumstance, things I couldn't control, get the best of me. So my grandma always says, control the controllables. And so as long as I do that, I don't see anything stopping me.
I know this isn't your first finish in Bellator, but it is a finish, and last time you had a decision. So how nice was it to be able to go in there and get a finish in this one?
Yeah, it's always nice to get a finish, especially getting a finish, doing the stuff you worked on in camp. I really spent a lot of time on my jiu-jitsu, working a lot with Coach or Professor Peter Straub and my training partner, Ian Heinisch, and then at the end of camp, Nate Marquardt. So we've really been putting in the mat time. So it was nice to see it pay off with a finish.
And I know you made your pitch inside the cage. You got the hat on again. What do you think? You think Bass Pro Shop's going to come calling?
I really hope Bass Pro comes calling. I think I'd be a great representative for the company. I really enjoy the outdoors. I live in Colorado, so there's a lot of hunting and fishing there. I grew up doing all that kind of stuff. So just Bass Pro, holler at me.
Last question for me. I guess, what do you think's next for you? You're trying to get back in there sooner rather than later. You try to take some time off.
Yeah, I'm always ready. At this stage in my career, the more fights, the better. Getting my feet wet, getting that cage experience, understanding everything that comes with the fight game and fight week. There's just a lot of different things happen. Like tonight, I went from being the 5th fight on the card to being the 3rd fight, and I didn't find that out until I was down here. So we're getting ready to warm up in 30 minutes and getting that. So that's just all experience. And the more experience that I have with everything externally and internally in the cage is really going to propel me to the level I want to be at.
All right, we'll take a few more from the media joining us virtually tonight. Keith.
Hey, Grant, it's Keith Schilling from SureDog. First of all, congratulations on the victory and happy holidays to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And happy holidays to you as well.
Thank you. So at the weigh-ins yesterday, you and your opponent had by far the most intense face-off. Is any backstory to that, or is that just something you're just kind of trying to get into each other's heads?
I just want to look at somebody's soul. I want to see what they're really about. And he put on a facade, and I saw through it. And I think I definitely broke him at the end. And I saw the same thing play out in the fight, coming out really hard, being tough, throwing big shots, the big haymakers and everything. So kind of like the face-off. And then I knew eventually he was going to crack and he was going to break.
The other thing about him is he comes from an NCAA wrestling background, but, I mean, you were just taking him down with ease. You were driving through his hips, controlling him on the ground. What kind of statement do you think you made with that you made that easily?
Yeah, the NCAA background. When I get in the cage, I know that my wrestling partners are some of the best in the world. Being in Colorado, I got some coaches that have extensive training at the Olympic Training Center, and some of my main training partners were on world teams. And I'm really confident in my ground game and my MMA wrestling. It's one thing to be a good wrestler, but it's also one thing to be able to blend it and be an asset in the game.
And one last question, if I can sneak this one in. This week, Bellator made headlines signing Anthony Rumble Johnson. Yeah, he might be a heavyweight. He might go back to light heavyweight. Is he even on your radar right now?
Whatever Anthony Rumble Johnson wants to do, I'm excited for it. I've been watching him since I was knee-high to a duck. So it would really be an honor to fight a guy like that. I don't know if he's going to take fights at light heavyweight or heavyweight, but that would be an awesome opportunity, and I'd love to run it.
We'll take a couple more here. Donna?
Hey, Grant, congratulations on a great win. What an explosive start to this fight. Talk to me a bit about those first couple of seconds.
Yeah, we kind of were drilling a sequence that we like to do on a southpaw, and we knew kind of from the face-off and the type of guy that he was that our sequence would throw a little wrinkle in it. The biggest thing is we didn't want him to settle. He likes to settle. He likes to bang inside the pocket. So the biggest thing for us was to get him out of his game, be more athletic, be faster. He's only fought smaller guys, and he thought he was faster than me, but we really showed him in that fight.
I'm sorry if this question's been asked before. I only just came back into the room, but imagine I'm not a journalist. I'm in fact in charge of advertising for Bass Pro Shops. What's the sales pitch for this one?
There's no better MMA athlete that you could have representing your company. I'm a man that goes to work every day. I'm a hard worker, and I love the outdoors. That's the way I spend my time, my free time. I love to do everything outdoors. I'm a Colorado kid, so I like to hunt, fish, ski, snowboard. I do it all. And Bass Pro Shops is a company that represents my heart and my work ethic. So it's really something that I really strive to be, is to have that Bass Pro type mentality and bring the lunch pail to work and do everything by the book and keep my intentions strong and stay in the wilderness.
All right. Thanks for the time, Grant. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.